Hey everybody! So, if you may have noticed, I look a lot more awake and a lot less haggard today. It's because my midterms are over! Dude, I had let's see, Wednesday I had maybe like a 15 hour day just of straight reading, and yesterday I was working or studying or something from 7:30 a.m. to 12. So it's Friday and I'm just kind of like sagging with relief right now. Anyway, so I decided to do a current brush usage video, and I don't really have, okay, I have favorites, but obviously if I'm using them, I'm liking them, right? And they're obviously my favorite, so I think the favorite is kind of implied. Okay, so I'm just going to show you where I hold my brushes and my favorite ones. Sorry, my used ones. Alright, so I keep them in a bucket like this. This is just a tin bucket, and it looks like a, baby chick. And it was $1 at Target. And it's really a little taller. This was a little taller and skinnier than the other tins, so I thought this would better hold these huge brushes, like the size of my head. Okay, getting right into it. Face brushes. Face brushes are the ones that I give the most specialized usage. I'm not sure why, but let me show you what I use them for. So this first one is a powder brush, and it is enormous. Like the handle, I don't know why the handle is so big, but then this is awesome because it's not the softest brush, but it's pretty soft. Because when I say not that soft, because I have this e.l.f. powder brush, and these go on so smoothly. It's like silk on your face. I put this on my boyfriend's face, just a quick swivel, and he giggled a little bit because it tickled his face. Yeah. Okay, so powder brush. What I use this for is just a finishing powder. So maybe okay, so I have this compact right here, and after I put on my concealer and stuff, so I put a powder over it, so if I put some other powder product over it, it won't stick to the concealer too much, so I have like patches of pigmentation on my face. So I use that for this, and I also use it for bronzer, so in blending the bejesus out of stuff. So I'll show you that later. So this one is a Kirkland powder brush, and I got a lot of these brushes at Christmas in a set from Costco. It was in this big purple box, and it was on clearance, and it was for 20 bucks for that entire set of maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 brushes. And my sisters and I all got one. We opened them at the same time, and then it was like, you could just hear paper being ripped open, and then there's a silence, and then we all started screaming and ripping open our boxes like, this is the best Christmas ever! Yeah, that's us. That's our family. And they're all about my age too, so you can just picture that going on in a living room at Christmas. So this is the powder brush. And this one is a flat top cheek brush, also from the Kirkland collection. Kind of has like a dark purple handle. It looks black in the camera, but it's purple, which I really like. And this is called a cheek blush. Cheek brush. My bad. And this was actually a surprising find, because I was like, you could probably use it to buff out whatever. But then I took some of my, oh, where are you? I should really take these out beforehand. I took some of my Korres Blush. You can see that white doesn't show up very well. This is my Korres Orange Blush, and I've used that quite a bit actually. I have no idea. I'm never gonna hit pan on this thing. Oh, I just did. I'm just kidding. Okay, my bad. That's what I get for making a bad joke. Okay, so I just tap off the excess on this, and then just watch. Okay, it applies color perfectly right there, and then the second I did it, I'm like, I did not know I had cheekbones like that. I'm like, what? And I think I used it non-stop every day for like 2 weeks after I found out that I could do that with this. It's amazing. And this, it's an orange shade, so I can actually use it to contour just a little bit with my blush, because I like to put it a little lower on my cheeks. And the second I found out that I could do this with this brush, I texted my sisters, and then they texted me back like 10 minutes later like, oh my god, you're right, it is amazing. So that's this one, Surprising Find cheek brush. Okay, and then this third one is another face brush, and it looks really dirty, but I've only used it a couple of times, so don't hate on me for dirty brushes, because you can see that these are supposed to be white, but they're a nice golden tan right now. So this is a finishing brush, and what's really nice about all these brushes, they're so big, because what I really need is to just, because sometimes I put stuff on a little streaky on my face for powder and stuff like that, or maybe sometimes I do it purposefully, and I'll show you that in a bit. But this one is really nice for finishing powder all over, like really light dusting, since the fibers are so spread out. So what I do for this one is take my Maybelline Age Rewind powder, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it, but it also has a good bit of coverage. So that's nice. The shimmer keeps it from looking too matte, but it's not shimmery, glittery, you know, like yay. No, it's like a nice satin finish, I think. Just dab it in like that. Sometimes I swirl with it in a brush, and you don't really need to tap off the excess, and then you just all over, and it provides a nice extra layer of protection around, or coverage and protection, I guess, because it's SPF 25. Heck yeah. So that's really nice, and it's really sturdy package. I can see this rolling around in my bag and still surviving. This not so much, because the pan came loose. So that's this. Very nice all over dusting. You see, I'm very, like, you'd think these would do the same thing for me, but then this one I use a lot for, you know, like I said, blending the bejesus out of stuff. Jesus. Anyway, so this one is a very old brush that I call this one Old Reliable, because last year when I wasn't very, you know, I don't know why, but then every single day I always had to do that dimensional eye thing, and I really don't have time to do that anymore because my classes have gotten a lot harder. So I use, yeah, I know. My studies are inversely proportional to how much makeup I put on. Anyway, so this is the compact that okay, so this one is a Maybelline New York Quad, and you can tell it's one of the more classic ones because it's in, you know, the exact 4 quadrants, and then I think now then they make the lid color they give you a little bit more of the lid color. I don't remember. This one's 22 in Chai Latte, and as you can see, I hit, oh, is that a mirror? Oh no. Anyway, so I used the bejesus out of this lid color right here, and this crease shade I really love putting on top of the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bold Gold or Bad to the Bronze. This looks amazing with that. So these two I used up a lot, and this I actually did, it's got a little bit of a dent in it. I use it a lot just on the outer corner. It makes this is a really buildable neutral quad, so you could build this up to make a really nice smoky eye without going completely black. So that's really nice. And oh yeah, so this brush so I use this every single day, all day, every day for a whole year. I mean, I obviously took a couple breaks with it, but then pretty much this has done it all for me. All over lid, crease, and in the outer corner. This did it for me, and I didn't put color on the lower lids because I don't know why, but I didn't. Yeah, so this does it all for me, and it fits my eye perfectly. This, I haven't told you what it is. It's a Sonia Kashuk crease brush, and it's very sturdy. I think it's shed one hair in all that time, which is surprising because I threw this in cosmetics bags, purses, drawers, I don't know, everything. And it just fits my eye really well, and I think the way the color applies from this brush makes my eyes just pop a little bit more. So that's why this is all reliable. Still hanging on just fine. Okay, and then this last one, I think I'm going to include this one because it's just, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I use it for. So this is also a Kirkland Costco brush. It's called an angle eye brush, but as you can see, you have to have really big eyes to blend this on your eye. I really don't know. Do you use this for blending out your eye makeup? I honestly just do that with the big fluffy crease brush like that with nothing on it, or no brush with anything on it. So I don't understand who can apply color with this brush, because, okay, so angled eye brush, but this is what I use it for. I take some bronzer, and this is also very nice. This is a Rimmel London natural bronzer in Sunlight, very appropriate for a bronzer name. So I take this and I go 1, 2, 3, and then I tap. Ugh, and I tapped on my leg. Oh no. So I tap off the excess, and you see where that shadow follows right here? So I do this, 2, 3. Color is very densely applied right there. Okay? And then I go back to this giant powder brush, and really you can do this with any brush. I just have these because I didn't have a lot of brushes before I had gotten that huge Costco set, so this is just, I've tried to utilize these as much as possible. So, big brush. Blend away all the harsh edges. That is what you will hear everybody say. Harsh edges are not pleasant unless you're putting on lip color or maybe eyeliner. Never anything else. Okay, I already did this morning, so you can kind of tell that I put a contour line going on right there. That one's up, and now I have cheekbones. So you can really, I really recommend these types of brushes for everybody. Not necessarily this brand, but so obviously the e.l.f. one could very easily replace this little flat top one. This one's only better for me because my cheekbones are a little bit smaller, but this one would work just fine for anybody else for applying blush like that. And then obviously a big powder brush. Pretty sure those are available in many stores. And this crease brush, I'm sorry to say, I haven't been able to duplicate anywhere. I haven't been able to find anywhere else, but this is a Sonia Kashuk one. This is my old reliable, and I'm sure you guys have an old reliable as well. So that's it, and I hope you like it. I hope you like my brushes. Thank you for watching. You're so awesome. Yeah, said it. So thank you, and I'll see you all later. Bye.